This video from Lesson 7 is on importing plain text files, working with Overflow text and text reflow, and threading text. It covers pages 216 through 219. I thought a video would be helpful for you to see these techniques. First, be sure you read the bottom of page 216 so you can learn the different types of text files that can be imported into Illustrator. Then we're going to go to the View menu and choose Fit Artboard in Window. That's the artboard we have up here. Over in the Layers panel, we're going to turn off viewing the tails so we can more easily, the tails layer, so we can more easily see the area we're going to work with here. We are on the text layer, that's my active layer, and you should already have your smart guides turned on, which we're going to keep on for this beginning step here. Now, to bring text in that has been typed in another program, like let's say Microsoft Word, we're going to go to File and go to Place. Your book explains why it's better to place a file than to copy and paste. So make sure you read that on page 217. The file we're going to bring in is Lesson 7 text. I'm going to select it and click on Place. When this dialog box comes up, just go ahead and click on OK. We're not making any changes there. And you'll notice that your mouse shows a kind of a unique symbol here to indicate that it's ready for you to place text. There are a couple different ways to place text. In our case, we want to drag place it. So we're going to take our mouse up near the upper left corner of this guideline area here where there's already been a text box created, and we're going to press the mouse button down and drag down until the bottom that you're dragging down touches the bottom guideline. I am going to use my left arrow key a little bit because I didn't quite start all the way on the left. So I use my left arrow key. So you can use your arrow keys on your keyboard to move the position of items when you have the selection tool. So that filled that column there down. It's actually a little bit too wide, but in our case here, we're not going to follow the column at this point of the document. Instead, what we're going to do is resize this and take some of the extra text and put it over here on this little card on the right. So to do that, we first need to shorten how much text is in here. We're going to shorten it and widen it. So take your mouse to the bottom right corner where there's a tiny little square right in the corner and drag up and to the right until you see a red plus sign appear over here in this box. There are two boxes in a text box that has been placed for area type. This is an in port, this is the out port, and when the out port shows a red plus sign in it, it means if you stop now, your reader's not going to get the whole story. Your reader needs to have that whole story showing so that it's hollow there. Then you will know, even without zooming in, that you have the whole story placed. But right now we don't have that. So what we're going to do is we're going to pick up the rest of this story and move it into a box over here. Now I accidentally clicked on that and the handles quit showing, but the red plus sign did still show to indicate to you have a problem. Do you see up here on this other card? If I click in the right spot, now I'm not seeing it. There we go. There's a blue box that we're going to put it into. But back here with this one still selected like you have, we're going to move to our next step now. So we have finished the bottom of page 217, and we're going to move on to page 218. We have overflow text. We shortened the length of this box so that we would have overflow text. By having the overflow text with the red plus sign, I need to click on that red plus sign and take the extra text to another spot. So at this point, the book suggests that it would be easier to do this if you turn off your smart guides. Okay, now I want to go click directly on that red plus sign. Don't click when you have the bent arrows like that. That's it. Would tilt the angle of the box. Instead, try to go right into the box and click. Now, if you don't move your mouse, you won't know you did it. So once you click, you should move your mouse to see, does it look like this? If it looks like this, you have what's called a loaded text gun. You're ready to take that text that you just loaded and go fire it someplace else. So now I want to move to my next page. I'm going to come down to the lower left corner of my monitor down here, and I'm going to click on the next icon to take me into a zoomed in view of that other image. Now, in order to see where this is going to go in this other image, I want to go to the View menu, the Select menu, and choose All. I want to select everything so I can see all the artboards or all the text boxes on this image. and I want to place this up here in the upper left corner. Notice when I get up to the upper left corner, it knows that I want to link the previous text box to this text box by showing a little linked chain. So I'm going to click when I'm up in that corner, and a blue line should appear here. If for some reason you don't see the blue line appear, you could redraw your screen, force your screen to redraw. But I see that blue guideline appearing there, that line that's showing me a line going down to the previous screen. If I want to see that better, I'm going to choose Fit All in Window, and now I can see how I have linked the text from the previous text box overflow symbol up to this text box. If I type more words in this side, they'll flow over here. If I backspace words out of here, some of this text would come back into here. They're connected right now. They are linked together. So we now have a triangle appearing. It's tough to see that here, but there's a blue triangle that points to the right to indicate in this outport that text is flowing out. And in here we have a blue triangle in that import indicating text is coming into this box from the previous box. So that concludes our lesson through the bottom of page 219, and we'll stop the video at this point.